Welcome to another week in Esports. I'm LuBu and this is Week in Esports. My name is LuBu and you are gonna do. Watch this show, it's another week in Esports. Wasn't as good as the gyro and doesn't matter. My name is LuBu. Welcome to another week in Esports. I'm your host. Here's the show. Controversy is rocking the video game world. Who could talk about race? Who can bring up the words and let us know the issues and the problems? Don't worry, everybody. Sadokist is here to handle all of that. Another prominent member of the gaming community dropping racial slurs on his stream. He told a person to kill themselves. That's cool. Just another person with a career trajectory that looks like a turd coming out of a butt. Sadokist is on fire, or fired, I'm not certain. He's definitely doing things, probably crying. He's going to be okay. I don't know. He's a white guy. He said the N-word. I bet he'll be fine. But today we're going to do the Sadokist Challenge. I am going to go this whole stream, and I'm not going to use a single racial slur. It can't be done. I know that's what you're thinking. It cannot be done. No gamer can stand in front of a camera and not use a racial slur for any amount of time at all, right? No, I got it. I'll go the whole stream. I won't do a single one. I promise. This will happen. Put the counter in the bottom. No racial slurs. The whole stream. Sadokist Challenge. Let's see if you can recreate it. In LCS news, 100 Thieves took on Clutch Gaming yesterday in a 5-round knockout bout. What a beautiful match. This was insane. The back and forth, the pick ban phase was really strong for both teams. They played out of their minds. Cody's Son started slow but built up and really shined in the end there in the last game. The 100 Thieves ended up beating Clutch Gaming, but golly, man, they were playing so good. Everybody was playing amazingly. And it just shows how strong those two teams were, because it wasn't one of those matches where it's like, you know, oh, they lost the game, the other team didn't win the game. Both teams were playing to win. Both teams played exceptionally well, and I'm so excited for the games next week in Miami. 100 Thieves will be taking on Team Liquid for first and second place. Clutch Gaming will be taking on Echo Fox for third and fourth. I'm so excited about those matches. I think they're going to be exceptional. I think that we've got an insane week of League of Legends coming up next week. So I'm just excited about that. 100 Thieves is a team I've been rooting for since the jump. They got some of my favorite players on them, and their jerseys look better than everyone else's. So I'm just really good. They're using baseball jerseys. They look like Braves jerseys. You can't go wrong with that. So 100 Thieves win next week in Miami. Welcome to Miami. You know, the Will Smith song, the classic. Getting jiggy with it. Moving on to the next esport. For this week in Esports, Overwatch League. I got a lot of Overwatch League news. Overwatch League is on a break this week, but there was still a lot of news coming out. Next weekend, I believe, is the start of the Group Stage 3. The third group stage is week 1 for the Overwatch League. And we are seeing a ton of roster shifts. We're seeing a ton of management shifts and a lot of different people moving in and out of the organizations that are going to shake up the next week, the next group stage of Overwatch League. London Spitfire has appointed Susie Kim, former League of Legends Korea translator, to their manager position. Susie Kim is an awesome person, personally. I know she's awesome. She's going to be amazing at this job. She's amazing at every job I've ever seen her do, and I'm just really proud of her, and I think that the London Spitfire will be an even more amazing team with her helping them out, so that's fantastic. The Outlaws, the Houston Outlaws, the team from Texas that isn't the one that's a public embarrassment, have signed their first Korean player, Arhan, who's a former player for the Africa Freaks in the OGN leagues. The OGN leagues were bonkers. All of the teams in the OGN leagues were insane. And to have the Outlaws sign their first Korean player in someone like Arhan is a really good sign for the progression of the team. He's a phenomenal player, and I think that the Houston Outlaws could not do any better than to get him on their team. That's fantastic. I really look forward to seeing what they do. And that brings me to a second or a tertiary possibly point. That means third. We are going to have sister teams in the Overwatch League start showing up. The sister team concept is not new. It is something that became prominent in esports in Korea, I believe in StarCraft, but also even more so in League of Legends, in the Korean LCS, where the sister teams are used as private scrim teams for each team. Each team is playing only against their scrim team partners, so those teams can become better together, but they can also develop strategies and metas on their own without giving away anything to the other teams, because the other teams will share information because they don't necessarily want every team to be at the top. So this helps these teams to practice more consistently. It helps these teams to practice when they're ready to practice and when they need to practice and not on an arbitrary schedule. And it helps them to develop in secret so that when they bring out new strategies and new metas to the Overwatch League, then we're seeing these strats for the first time, but the opponents are as well. And so we're getting more dynamic action, better metas, and a more viewable game. So very excited to see that coming out of Overwatch League. Very excited for League of Legends next week. Greg, what's the counter at? 0. We made it through the whole show with a big old goose egg. How did we do it? It's no editing required. I didn't do a single racial slur. That's okay. That's good. How do we sign these off with, like, I challenge other broadcasters to do it. I'll challenge Black Enola. I'll challenge Paperbat. And I'll challenge Donkey to take the Sadokist challenge. Make it through a whole episode of one of your shows without using a racial slur. Can you do it? We'll find out. This is your Week in Esports. If you like the show, follow the page, subscribe, like, demand more. Hit me up in the comments with any questions, concerns. If you want to see a specific esport, let me know. Check me out on Twitter at chef_LU_BU. My name is LuBu. Thank you so much for watching This Week in Esports, and I'll see you next week for next week's Week in Esports.